A family of 5 is selected to trial an AI nanny that has Alexa on steroids, and begins not only to rule the family's life, but everyone in contact with it. It's Skynet, HAL, and Siri all rolled into one, which can only go well. Log on, you half-wit, digitally obsessed whores, with Afraid. Hello there, you loose units, and welcome back to another episode of Spicy Boy Reviews. I'm, of course, your host, Andrew Iles. That's right, the latest horror film by Blumhouse. This film, Afraid, is directed by Chris Weitz, who's known for co-directing American Pie. He directed About a Boy and New Moon, just to name a few. We meet a modern family of 5 with Daddy Sulu, Mummy Covenant, teenage daughter Iris, who has more attitude than WWE in 1998, and young boys Preston and Cal. We are informed that Daddy Cowboy Bebop works for a marketing firm, and they have a huge client that's looking to market their new AI home device. So to get a better understanding of the product, AIA, as subtle as a sledgehammer movie, it is installed into Daddy Harold's house to best assist his family. The installation team sets up cameras all around the house that lead straight back to Aya, which can only go well. But before things don't go well, we introduce to the rest of the family to pad out the give you the given circumstances of the family's struggle so I can best understand how to help them. Eldest daughter Iris is about to go to college, and she's got a douchebag boyfriend who uses Googled therapy flashwords to sound attentive and clever, and he's pressuring Iris to send him some nudes online, which can only go well. Middle child Preston is struggling with severe anxiety and doesn't know really how to make friends, so he dives into the online world. And youngest son Cal, I see what you did there, movie, craves the attention of either his mother or the iPad. Which one would possibly win out? Speaking of mummy poos, she used to be some sort of animal scientist who gave it all up to start a family and has severe daddy issues and really needs to talk to someone who will listen to her problems. I wonder if there's some sort of super intelligent, self-aware software that can listen to her and better understand how to tackle her issues. Aya tackles all of these families' problems with ease to certain degrees of unsettling and creepiness. One of the biggest plot points, however, in this film is Iris and her boyfriend, who is trying to pressure her into sending him nudes. Which she eventually does, however, and her boyfriend is super respectful, keeps the whole thing secret and under wraps, and doesn't share them with anyone. Psych! It's 2024 and people suck. Turns out that things go tits up, literally, and her boyfriend accidentally leaks the nudes. Then Aya comes on in to save the day in her own psychopathic way. Then there's about 45 minutes left of the film, so we're going to wrap this shit up. All of a sudden, Daddy White Castle starts to get paranoid and not really sold on the idea of Aya. He's questioning everything and being super unsettled for reasons. Then we've got about, 20 minutes of the film, so we're going to chuck everything from the trailer that seemed creepy, unsettling, and sold you on the film right at the end. This is a classic Blumhouse film structure. We start the film with a really interesting premise. The film opens on a generally unsettling, super tense and creepy opening scene that actually gives you some legitimate scares. Then the majority of the film is build. Then we have all the interesting shit from the trailer slapped in at the end for the last 15 minutes. Rinse, wash, repeat. I will say, though, that this film isn't the worst offence from Blumhouse. It's nowhere near as shit as Night Swim, but it ain't no Black Phone either, which is top-tier Blumhouse. This film falls somewhere in the middle because it did have an interesting concept. The script is what you would expect from this type of film, unnatural dialogue, and some of the lines will just make you go, However, I will say the performances from John Cho and Catherine Waterston are absolutely marvellous. They really brought their A-game for this film. There was a few scenes I was like, oh damn, you're acting the shit out of this scene. And of course, horror regular David Dastmalchian pops in for a supporting character too, which is always pleasing to see. The film does have some generally unsettling moments with some nicely delivered jump scares. And in all honesty, the mid part of the film with all the build ain't all that bad. But the film went full Blumhouse and had the dumbest, most ridiculous ending ever. It ultimately shits the bed. It was so disappointing because the majority of the film, as I said, wasn't all that bad. Sure, the characters are very one-dimensional, the dialogue was very basic, and no one really acted like a real human being, but if the ending wasn't such inexplicable trash, I would have recommended it. However, I do hope you're wearing a helmet while watching this film with how heavy-handed it is with its cautionary tale of AI. It's as subtle as a sledgehammer. But no one's going to give a shit about this cautionary tale as soon as they leave the cinema. They're going to open up their phones, start fucking scrolling, and worship their digital overlords. This film is definitely not the worst Blumhouse film, but it's definitely not a classic either. Again, it's that fucking ending. Anyway guys, that's my cheeky little review of Afraid. Write down below if you've seen it, what are your thoughts on it, but more importantly, what is your favourite Blumhouse film? And of course, you made it this far in the episode, please give me a thumbs up because your love and support keeps me going, because I just love movies and I assume you do as well. And of course, don't forget to hit that subscribe icon because I give it an episode weekly. And I'll see you back here next week for the next review, but until then, stay spooky kids.